This is one of the last times you're going to be seeing this van because it will be heading off to its new owners here within the next few days. Actually, we're sending it to the shop for one final checkup as we go off to do the Via Ferrata and Telluride, and so I figured now would be a good time to give you all an update on what's been going on in my life. Okay, so we are packed up. Now we have to load up in the truck here. This guy. The van isn't here. It's still in the shop and it's sounding like they can't find anything wrong with it, so it might have just been a waste of $150. But we're gonna load up and head out because we're already a half hour late, like always. And this time it's my fault. My new fishing bag and net. It's all there. All right. It will most likely be dark by the time we get there. I don't think we've ever made it once to a spot that wasn't dark.
I've only fallen asleep twice. And I ate some chips, so I'm good for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. Here's an undisclosed campsite. It's not numbered.
These are gonna be hearty meals.
I know. Little hobo pack meals. Okay. Now it's on to our dessert. Cinnamon graham cracker, marshmallow, peanut M&Ms, and a chocolate bar.
Chocolate?
Uh-huh. But not bad for a little dessert. Good morning. Okay, where was I? So a lot of things have changed over the past few months and I haven't had the time to really share it with the channel. So here's like a quick little recap. A while back, I had gone on a trip to Montana with Julie and her family. And at that point, I knew it was gonna be our last trip in the van because I had been talking with a potential buyer who's actually a viewer of the channel. And we were kind of just finalizing the little details on how we were gonna do the exchange and how I was gonna get it to them and things like that. Wow. And so we spent the few first days in Yellowstone and then we worked our way to Big Sky. And while we were out there, we did a lot of hiking. And then the family had hired a guide to take us fly fishing. He almost took us all the way back to Yellowstone to fish off the Colorado River, which we had no luck on. Then he kind of walked us back toward where we started and we fished off the Gallatin River. And we all kind of had a little luck there. I think I caught this big of a fish. Little rainbow. We did end up the next day going and finding a little secret spot called Beaver Pond, because there's beavers there, and we ended up catching a ton of fish. Oh, we go. But that was a lot of fun, and then we even had some time to rent some dirt bikes and four-wheelers to go riding in the Gallatin Forest. Pete went off the edge.
What did you do? In 5 minutes. Woo.
There was forest fires going on at the whole time we were there, and we got to summit this one spot that had a fire watch tower. There was a really cool view, but it was just covered in smoke. But that was a full day of riding and really exhausting. And we managed to do some climbing too, and we even got Julie's parents to jump up on the rock.
Both parents are climbing.
And so overall, I think the trip was a lot of fun.
All right!
Even though I knew it was the van's last trip, I didn't realize it was gonna be like Archer's last trip. I'm glad he was able to fart around at the campsites and enjoy the outdoors and do his little cool guy outdoor cat hunting and things like that. And you know, we ended the whole trip by going to the Tetons because I wanted to do this little bookending to the van. Okay, 3 years ago, just about, Andy, Aaron, and I came out here on our first trip in the van and camped right here. and it looks totally different now. There's like camping spots with trees everywhere. It's crazy to think how fast it came and went. First trip in the van was here, and now the last trip is here. Kind of cool. And at the end of the trip, I was talking with the buyers, and we settled on a date for everything, or a potential date for everything. So the plan was to get back home and just start renovating. The cool thing about the deal I had made with the new buyers, and especially because they're followers of the channel, they kind of know who I am and slightly trust me. They were willing to send me like a deposit, half down on the van, in order for me to still work on the van, so I still had a house and a vehicle while looking for a new van. So I had to finish the renovations on the van. Julie and I jumped into it and we redid the entire kitchenette because I had to pull out the old AC unit because that didn't work. We replaced the floors. We built that kitchenette from scratch with new drawers, a new carcass, painting it, and then a lot of little cosmetic things here and there, and then I even put a roof AC unit in. But then during that time, like right after we got back from the trip, my business partner Kyle with Anomaly Footwear, the shoe business we run together, he finally told me that his heart was no longer in the business and we needed to start figuring out his exit strategy. And the issue with that is I am out here in Colorado and like was living out of his backyard with all of my tools and stuff in his garage and storing our entire inventory in his basement. So everything was at his place. But we talked about it and decided that, I decided that it's best if we get the shoes out of there by the end of September, as well as all of my belongings, which gave me 2 months to complete all of that. So we had to renovate the van. I had to find a new van. I had to move the entire shoe company. I also had to find a new home for myself. But we gotta finish eating because we're already late and we gotta get on this Via Ferrata. Okay, we're about to head out to the Via Ferrata. We're definitely over an hour late now. We have our gear on, as you can see, and we're heading that way now.
Okay, we're gonna do it. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna panic.
Look, we look like that. Ready?
You ready?
This is the bridge cross. You just have a cable. How's it going so far?
Ready?
Now we're going up.
Let's do this ladder.
There she goes. All right, so the beginning section was kind of a little like sketchy, but the rest of it was really straightforward, and now we're on our way down. Final stretch of this first one we're doing. 2 more to go.
That one's easy.
If you climb, it's a breeze. What are you doing? Are you gonna go out there?
Hell frick no.
Okay, on to part 2.
Here we go.
It kind of reminds me like the mini golf of climbing. I think we're making good time so far. I think we're on the home stretch. It's a bit windy. Julie's just about up. That was harder, a lot more intimidating. Look. Woo! Made it down. Whoa. We did it in an hour and 17 minutes. We're heading up and to Telluride. Back in the truck, we did the first 2 at Ouray. And it probably took us like 2 hours, 20 minutes. And now we're on our way to Telluride, which is an hour-and-a-half ride. We're gonna try to knock it out before it starts getting dark, because then we've got to drive 2.5 hours to go get our next campsite.
like I said. It's so pretty out. Blue skies. What are we doing?
I am so glad we do not have the van here because this is just off-roading.
Hey.
Oh.
You doing, wild dog?
Made it. Where was I with my recap? So over the past 2 months, Julie and I have been super busy with all the van renovations and trying to find myself a new van. And I lucked out with finding a bulk buyer for all of our inventory. So I didn't have to find a new place to store all the stuff and then pay to get it moved and all that. So we spent like 5 to 6 days packing everything up and palletizing it and getting it ready for several different shipments to get it out to California. And then during that time, we also moved all of my belongings, my tools and props and stuff like that from Kyle's garage. And now everything is in Julie's garage, which is just hopefully a temporary fix for now. We're still figuring that out, but that's where we're at. Okay, we don't know if we're in the right spot.
But we're gonna try.
But we made it up the hill. Man, I think this is what we go across. There's people up there.
Okay, this one's a lot higher. Well, we just did 2 as a warm-up, so here we go.
So this is a bit different. We're not clipped in anymore. Skeletor hand. I know the main event thing. You're on the edge. Oh, untied shoe right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
I'm not taking any pictures.
Whoa. All right, we are on the edge. That's what it looks like. That's where we just were. On that edge. Pretty cool.
No panic attacks.
Yeah. Woo. It just keeps going. Now we gotta climb up and go up there. We're on the descent. So we're on our way back up the 2-mile hike back to the top where we parked. So maybe we could stick a thumb out and hitch a ride.
So we did 4 14ers in 2 days and 3 Via Ferratas in 1 day.
Yeah, does that count as 2 Via Ferratas if it was in the same location?
I don't know.
We went all across that and it just went on forever. It's now 5:05. We started at like 3:20.
Yeah.
So we did pretty good. It's like something out of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
We are on our way now to Big B's Apple Orchard. And we're gonna get some dinner and a hot shower. Hot meal, hot shower. After our big day, they're probably excited to get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta go into that little cafe. Look, we made it.
So we've made it to camp, and of course it's dark, so I will be picking this up tomorrow. And Rocky is pulling my arm. It's the morning and I don't have an ND filter, so everything's just overexposed and bright, and you see all the dirt in this lens, so that's cool. I broke it. I broke the ND because that's what I do. I break my things. There's a lot of dogs here. This is the campsite we stayed at. And it's like, it was pretty quiet, and then I started recording, and then this happened. Now I don't have a new van. I'm still looking. I'm really close to pulling the trigger on one, but they sell so fast. And right now is not the best time to be buying a new van just because they're so expensive. but I don't really have time on my side. And then as far as Anomaly goes, I'm not like totally done with it, but I do need to take time to regroup since we don't have any inventory and I don't know where I'm going. And financially, I don't know where to put my money. So instead of trying to force something with getting these new shoes and maybe like going through a 3PL company and squeezing in time to make the marketing material and then not knowing what to do, I'd rather take the time to get a good game plan. And so for the next month, like the entire month of October, I'll be going home to be with family and to work on the new van. And Julie will be coming with me. And I don't know if you guys have been able to guess, those few of you who still watch these little vloggy videos, her and I are now dating. All right, see you big bees. On to some fishies.
Clever.
I haven't dated anyone in over 3 years. I've become used to being pretty selfish with my time and focusing on my goals and dreams, you know, between running the shoe company and doing this van conversion and running the YouTube channel and freelance directing and art directing on all that stuff. That's very time consuming and I haven't really had time for somebody else. But Julie and I already hang out a ton and do all those things together. Okay, we're fishing. She hooked 2, brought in the 1, and then I netted it. So success on 1. It's super rare you get to meet someone who shares the same interests as you. And not only that, they are supportive of your dreams and want to help you achieve them. I've never had that before. And so even though we never planned on being more than just friends, we were totally content with that. We eventually like sat down and kind of talked about it and decided, yeah, to give it a shot. And we'll see how it goes. You know, we're going day by day with it. And it's been good so far. So, and honestly, you know, when you have somebody that you can like go fishing with, like we're doing now, or backpacking or climbing or hiking, or even riding 4-wheelers and everything, all the above, you know, it's easy. It's just, it feels real natural, like we've known each other forever. Anyway, she'll be coming back with me for the month of October and helping me with converting the van and doing these changes with the YouTube channel that I want to do and kind of figuring things out with the shoe company and whether that's going to be like calling it quits with it or changing it or just starting new. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm excited. This is like all new. Everything's new. It's definitely like a refresh. And it could be a really cool thing. And I still have a hard time imagining doing all of these things and experiencing all these changes without my little furry buddy, Arch. He'll still be with us in spirit. And I'll always have his little ashes to travel around with us. And he'll always live on, you know, through the channel and everything we've done so far. Okay, I think that's it. Right, Rock? Ish. I did catch one, and this is the biggest rainbow I've ever caught. That's a good like 12. Yeah, look at him. Whoa, whoa. Say bye.
Bye. There he goes.
Whoa, what was that?
Woo. Oh. That's it, and now we gotta go.
We gotta go.